Hey there, everybody. Good morning. It is Friday, April the 17th. Time for your daily update. Look who's back. It's me. Grab a cup of coffee. We've got good news and some news this morning. Both pieces of news you need to hear right after this.
This is 7 Minutes in the Morning, where 5 days a week you get tips and hacks dedicated to helping business owners and leaders just like you find and break through the one thing that is preventing your success. And now, here's the host of 7 Minutes in the Morning and your results coach, Thom Rigsby.
Hey there, everybody. Good morning. It is Thom Rigsby, your host. This is normally 7 Minutes in the Morning, the show where we talk about how to start, grow, and enjoy the benefits of business ownership. For the last, seems like forever, all we've been talking about is this coronavirus thing. So we kind of adapted the show to give you a daily update, what's going on with that, and how you and your business should be reacting to that first to survive. And now that we are over the hump, it's time to get back to work. So what do you do? What comes next? What do you work on? If this is the first time that you have joined us, thank you so much for being here. And I would encourage you to give a quick shout out and a thank you to the person that shared this video with you. They have done you a great service, and hopefully we give you great information that you can use. Whether you are new or you're a regular watching live or on the replay, go ahead and leave a comment, say hi, hello, good morning. And if you get any value out of our time together today, I would appreciate the old heart, stars, thumbs up, and likes. Those just help other people find us as well. All right, first, because I know you're dying to see the charts and graphs, let's get over to the numbers. Yes, the numbers still go up. Yes, if you look at the charts that you are seeing on online, on TV, on the news, you still see this exponential growth rather than the logistic curve that we've been showing you. But as we have marked right here, this past Saturday, that's the top of the hump. Now it begins to fall off and make this kind of flat S-shaped curve. I'll talk about that some over. I'll put something out on that maybe this afternoon to kind of re-explain or maybe link to the original video where I explained how all this was going to work and be charted on a logistics curve rather than a linear curve. Total number of cases, about 677,000. Our 5-day rate of growth is still flirting right there around that 1.0 line. Let me get that chart here for you. Still flirting right there at the 1.0. Again, the reason that is important is that is the apex. That's the tip of the curve. And so we know where we're right at that. We're right at the top of the curve, and then it's going to start falling off. Two other great indicators that you have that the numbers are about to start falling off. Number one, all the politicians are talking about it. So it has to be true, right? And number two, great futures. I hadn't checked these in half an hour or so, but great futures from both stock markets this morning. They're both way up. Again, good, strong, solid indications that economically things are the expectation is that things continue to get better. Now, here's the and news. If you have put off applying for your P3 loan, the money's all gone. Literally speaking, but there's a great chance that there could be more. We talked when we had Kristen Strickland from Bank Independent on a couple of weeks ago. Part of the conversation was around this idea that the money allocated for these loans by Congress was not nearly enough. If you take the $800 billion and divide it by the 60 million small businesses, if everyone got theirs, it would be a small amount. If everyone got the same, it would be a small amount. Some businesses got much more, some got much less, but the allocated funds look like they have run out. So what should you do? That still should not prevent you from going to the bank and talking to them if you need the funds. Now, we have all said, even if you think you might need them, you should apply. If you got, and then if you get it, when you get it, just drop it in an interest-bearing account for 6 months and then pay it back before you have to make a payment. That's I still abide by that advice. Um, but if you can see now that you're in a position where you don't need it, go ahead and give it back so somebody else can get theirs. Right? I mean, these are unprecedented times with lots of uncertainty. Right? All we can do is make the best decision we can based on what we can see and tell at the moment. Woo, excuse me. Man, it is dusty in here. Um, as you might see, I'm at the radio station today. Dustier than usual because we've been painting, and you can see where I missed spots back there. But they're unprecedented times. All we can do is the best that we can. We make the best decision we can with the information we have. Once we get new information, we have to make new decisions, right? So, if you feel as though you still need the funds, you should still go see your banker, right? We have tremendous amounts of anecdotal evidence that the EIDL loans, the emergency impact disaster loans from the SBA, that those are being funded and distributed. Lots and lots and lots of people have started receiving their stimulus deposits. So, there's a bunch of pent up potential that's about to be unleashed. If you need evidence of that, and again, this is something we've been talking about for weeks, that there will be, when the time comes, a tremendous amount of pent up potential, a lot of back pressure built in the system. You want to see that manifested? Turn on the news this morning, and there will be video of demonstrations in half a dozen states where the people are demanding that the state go ahead and reopen and let them get back to work. Let them get back out of the house. I mean, this is beginning to reach ridiculous levels. And one of the things that happens is, I mean, just think about it this way. All of the things that have occurred over the last 6 weeks happen, and you don't even know anybody that's been sick. How likely are you going to be to think, oh, this wasn't that big a deal? Because for you, it wasn't. Right? Now, for a lot of people, it has been a really big deal, and don't want to be dismissive of the impact on those people, their lives, and their families. But for the vast majority of people, Dr. Phil got in trouble last night or yesterday for saying that this thing hadn't even killed as many people as car accidents, but we're still out driving around. I mean, there's a little bit of truth in that, right? All right. So here's what you do, and here's the way for you, the business owner, to start thinking about it. It's time to get back to work. If you don't already have your first 3 months, your first 90 days scripted, you're behind the curve. And those business owners, clients, and contacts that we've been working with that have theirs, they're going to be ahead of you. You don't want that to happen, because this is one of those cases where those people who hit the ground running, that just say, damn the torpedoes, I'm going anyway, those people are going to be weeks, maybe months ahead of anyone who's sitting back right now saying, well, they hadn't said it's okay, so I'll worry about it later. I'm just going to enjoy my time off. Well, you go ahead and enjoy all the time off you want, because you're going to have an unlimited supply here soon, right? Because everybody else is going to be so far ahead of you, they will build an insurmountable lead that you just can't compete with. So go ahead, start working on it now. If you need help with that, the address is in the lower third down there. Prism Business Partners. Yeah, just even if you think you have your plan already, you just want a second opinion, you want somebody to look it over for you, go ahead and head over there, click on the apply button. That gets you on the phone with one of us, and we'll be happy to help you put your plan together so you can hit the ground running. All right. I think that's it. Let me check my notes here real quick. Oh, yes. This is totally out of order, but, again, one of the things we've been talking about in terms of this reopening, and it's going to have certain characteristics. It will be gradual. It will be slow rolled. There will be measurement requirements. And these are all things that we have heard coming from the plans from the federal level and from most of the states. And look, here's just another cynical way you can tell that this thing has kind of normalized. The politicians are arguing over it now. And so all of that working together, that's done. Now they're arguing and jockeying to get in the best position that they can. So all of the things so far, all of the things that we have talked about and how this was going to play out, the shape of the curve, how long it would take, back middle of March, I said 4 to 6 weeks. Here we are. We're right at, so today is the end of the 5th week, right? So I fully expect here in Alabama, at least, Alabama, Southern Middle Tennessee, Governor of Tennessee said yesterday they were going to open things back up the 1st of May. I don't think they're going to be able to hold out that long. I don't think Alabama's going to be able to hold out that long. I fully expect that we see something today or Monday that says, here's our plan to start rolling things back. If that starts on the 1st of May, I will be shocked, because there's just not the surge that everybody talked about, except for us. Didn't happen. And look, here's the other thing, right? If there are 600 and some odd million people infected, only 20 or hang on, we'll just hop back over here and look at the numbers again. 677,000 infected, 29,000 new cases, 34,000 deaths. So 677,000 cases, 34,000 deaths. Where's everybody else? I mean, they either recovered or they're still sick. And because the number of new cases is now going down, where's the surge going to come from? Now, we addressed this earlier in the week. You know, we start opening things up. Could we see a resurgence? Sure, we could. That's why they want to monitor things. I think that's a smart idea. Definitely not on the bad idea side of things. But the numbers just don't bear out the kind of doom and gloom that has been talked about lately. So, all of that said, what's the short takeaway? Get back to work. Hey, be on the lookout. I think we're going to put together a kind of an ad hoc panel this afternoon inside the group. So if you're not part of the group, if you're watching this anywhere other than Small Businesses Fight COVID-19 on Facebook, you should go there. Go to facebook.com, look for Small Businesses Fight COVID-19. You'll find the group, and in that group, we're going to try and do a little impromptu panel. We did one last Friday. I think we'll try one again this week. Talking about, and this week specifically, I want to talk about the impact of remote working, both on the employee, the employer, and the customer, kind of all 3 legs of the stool there, and kind of see what we think might happen. You know, we talked about this a lot, that I thought it would take a generational change. This might be the impetus, though, that has changed everything. So I want to get some thoughts and opinions on that. I want to hear what you think, what your experience has been. So be sure and join us. Again, probably be around 3 o'clock this afternoon, so tune in for that. Otherwise, we'll be back here again tomorrow. I think Carrie will be doing the update tomorrow, Samantha on Sunday. That's kind of what we've fallen into as a pattern here, so be on the lookout for them. Be sure to be here and support them, and I will be back for sure on Monday with another update and another installment of 7 Minutes in the Morning. And before we go, I want to leave you with a positive word of encouragement. Failure is a part of life we have little choice over. Learning from failure is optional. Failure is part of life we have little choice over. Learning from that failure is optional. What have you learned over the last 4 to 6 weeks that you can now wrap up into your business, make it stronger, more vibrant, more resilient? That's what we talk about in Prism Business Partners. If you need help with that, use the link down below. That's it for today. You guys have a great and a safe weekend. Talk to you Monday.